A lot of people are interested in investing in Bitcoin. It has made many individuals wealthy. The truth of the matter is, though, it's also made a lot of people poorer because they don't understand how much money they've put into it. That's what I'm trying to accomplish in this video. I would like to teach you about Bitcoin so that you can form an opinion about whether or not to invest in it. In this video, we'll answer the 4 most frequently asked questions about Bitcoin. Firstly, what exactly is Bitcoin and how does it work? Secondly, what do you think the future holds for Bitcoin? Lastly, how do we invest in Bitcoin? Fourth, is it wise to invest in Bitcoin? Whether I succeed or fail here, am I going to make loads of money? How does it go? The most widely used cryptocurrency is Bitcoin. Most people have heard of it and have embraced it, so it must be good. You must first learn what money is in order to grasp the concept of cryptocurrencies. Money is nothing more than a universal recognized measure of wealth. There is no intrinsic worth in money. Gold was once exchangeable for money in the old days, but money nowadays is not tied to anything. In order to be valuable, money must be accepted as a means of payment by everyone. Centralization and management by governments and the central bank are 2 major issues with money, which is why it's difficult to get a handle on. When it comes to cash, you're completely at the mercy of their decisions. There is very little you can do about it if the government keeps printing money and devaluing it. Inflation eats away at your savings, making them meaningless. Additionally, there are exchange costs and exchange rates to contend with when sending money abroad. In most cases, additional fees are incurred if you make a second transaction. All of these issues are solved by a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin. Decentralization is a primary characteristic as opposed to centralization. You are not required to rely solely on the ledger kept by the central bank, which none of us are able to view, in order to keep track of everybody's money. Because every computer participating in the system keeps a copy of the ledger, it is virtually impossible to bring down the Bitcoin network without destroying thousands of machines. This makes it a lot more secure. Everybody is able to see it because it is open. It's not under the control of any single government, and the most vital aspect is that it's protected from inflation. Since the total number of coins in the network is limited to just 21, you can't produce more and depreciate them. Because Bitcoin solves every problem related to cash and fiat money, you can see why it's so popular. When it comes to a currency or even a company in general, what is the typical course of events that take place? Does one usually dominate the sector? Search engines such as Quill and AltaVista aren't familiar names to you. You're more familiar with Google. You use Facebook instead of LiveJournal, Friendster, or MySpace. Cryptocurrency is likely to become the dominant force in the market as a whole as a result of this. The argument that arises then is whether Bitcoin will become the predominant cryptocurrency used online. Will it triumph in the end? The most probable scenario is that it will. At this point, it appears to be in first place. Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Twitter, explained it accordingly. The internet is something which is consensus-driven and produced by everyone, and anyone can change the direction of it. The trends in Bitcoin are the same as in other cryptocurrencies. It was created online. In my opinion, Bitcoin is the clearest illustration of what the internet craves, a native currency. When it comes down to it, money is all about the mass market appeal. As of the present time, Bitcoin appears to be in the best position to accomplish this goal. There is a good chance that almost all people have never heard of Litecoin, Dash, Monero, or Ripple, but they're likely to recognize Bitcoin when you ask them. Now, let's quickly review the steps involved in purchasing Bitcoins before getting to the heart of the matter. Is it a wise investment to make in cryptocurrency? To buy Bitcoin, all you have to do is follow these 3 simple steps. A wallet is the first thing you need. When it comes to money, a wallet is a must-have. The only difference is that Bitcoin requires a digital wallet to use. Wallets can be used to transfer and receive Bitcoins as well as store them. Two varieties of wallets are available. One option is a software wallet that may be run on a PC or a mobile phone. Even if you only have a few Bitcoins, a software wallet is more convenient and efficient. As a second option, you can go with a more secure choice of a hardware wallet, which you plug into your computer. After you have created the wallet, the next step is to purchase some Bitcoin, which can be done through an exchange. Gemini and Coinbase are two examples of this type of platform that are fairly well known. To complete the transaction, all you have to do is transfer the Bitcoin from the exchange to your wallet. Basically, it's a rather straightforward procedure. I'll avoid going into the depth. However, you must first determine whether or not Bitcoin is a worthwhile investment. Personal experience has taught me that it's best to think of investments in terms of risk and reward. It's important for me to know how much money I could lose as well as how much money I could potentially gain. The hazards of using Bitcoin should be discussed first, and I'll be very open about them. There is a danger that you could lose all of your money if you use Bitcoin. The adoption and use of Bitcoin as a currency are dependent on the general public. Bitcoin is a wholly technological currency. It's true that far more people are becoming familiar with it, putting it to use, and embracing it, but this doesn't mean that trend will keep going. In the event that everyone abandons the venture, your money is wiped away completely. There is also the fact that Bitcoin's possible benefit might be enormous because the potential gain much outweighs the potential risk. It's worth considering. I'll show you how to measure this. In many ways, gold and Bitcoin are very comparable. Despite gold's physicality, it serves only as a means to hold value. The same as Bitcoin, it can be mined, it has a small quantity, and it is used as disaster protection. Because gold is so valuable, we may estimate that it's worth somewhere about $12 trillion. The overall market value of Bitcoin is approximately $600 billion, about a 20-fold reduction in size compared to gold. A return of 10, 20, or perhaps even 30 times your investment would be possible if Bitcoin were to reach the same market capitalization as gold, which many experts believe it will. I can't guarantee that it will, but it's possible. As an investment, Bitcoin has more upside than downside, in my opinion. If the choice was between losing everything and doubling your money, then it would be a tie. Given that the prospective benefit is more than twofold, you're taking on a reasonable level of risk for the possible return. But here's the thing. You wouldn't want to put all of your eggs in one basket and gamble that Bitcoin will continue to rise in value. Keep in mind that investing carries the risk of losing all you put into it. So, only do it if you can stand to lose it. When it's 1% of your investment or even more, it's something to keep in mind. However, be careful with this investment. This coin isn't something I'd risk everything on. Despite this, Bitcoin is a better option than the printed currency we're currently using, which has its own set of issues. Consider Tesla as an example. It wasn't that long ago that Tesla was dubbed a cheap shot of a business. It's now the world's largest car manufacturer. Why? As a result of its state-of-the-art technology and efforts to develop a new form of transport. Bitcoin is an example of the same idea. It is just superior in every aspect compared to the outdated currency system that we are currently implementing. The times we're living in are really unusual. Lockdowns, businesses closed down, insane politics, and the FED generating trillions of dollars per year all contribute to the devaluation of the dollar. Investing in Bitcoin isn't the worst option because it doesn't depend on a particular organization. It's possible that you'll be grateful to yourself in the future for investing in it.